Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Metai olale.
Your time starts now. Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, actors and my fellow coordinator, the moderator, distinguished ladies before the gentlemen. I am by name Abdullahi Hassan Inabo, standing here before the audience to oppose a motion which say poverty is the cause of lack in girls' educational attainment compared to boys in Afro-Ajiri community. I strongly disagree with this concept. But before I should proceed, I would like to explain the concept for vividly understanding of the listener. But it has been defined by my first and second honorable speaker. Therefore, the subsequent paragraph shall be my standing stone, shall be my stepping stone to support my stand on the argument first and foremost. Cultural and societal norms. In some communities, traditional beliefs and gender roles may prioritize boys' education over girls. Limited access to education regardless of poverty. Secondly, security and safety. Girls may face safety risks such as harassment, violence on their way to school or at school, which can be considered as the physical destruction and emotional lack of concentration impact their ability to attain and succeed in education, not necessarily poverty. Thirdly, early marriage and pregnancy. In some communities of our great Afro-land, girls may be forced into early marriage, which is the powerful key to drop out education, which is powerful key to drop out limited educational opportunity. Fourthly, socio-economic factor like parental support, limited access to healthcare and educational factor. Du kambawe ngwale mu makaranta akaeko kwa wanamba lofa makaranta mu nuza koreshi duo indemba koreshi duo afya mu nako kwa wero mbambo mu makaranta aya mixte eko pa follow vima kambolelo su amala nzaita koreshi duo mu sanda kuma akwai ba fo iyaye ba ko shikapya na mesharo ko pai telo so mu makaranta wa kumo wa munde odilila ite amesharo ba fo ogbedo matutege moba so iya bibiemo they are thinking that what if they go muri ngi shiba ko o mambamo mama ititumo isheke so odilili ba wole lo zaite apure wa mo inde ba kuma apure wa mama ta amesharo ko oba mo fia mama ni mo ba me fia ma ola ba e dubu pere ndo oyetie eduweni ndeba koreshi eduweni fi awuna kumoya is government taking more intention mo body apere the support mo lo support mo eduweni oya what develop education kapila no further sana kuma ameshalo mama mo ba mama lo if to show you that if it is poverty iya ego wale bem na ibo oyamba fly gara. So I totally disagree with this statement. With this viewpoint of mine, I hope I breastfeed, not to breast words. I hope I confess, not to confess you. I hope we share the poverty is not the factor of the lack in girls' educational attainment compared to boys. I strongly disagree with this statement. Thank you, Miss Betty.
Amen. Umeba na yumeba koko by based on we west to shoe the west.
Our controversial vital role in providing quality education and the opportunity for every girl child in a way and loyal land at the you are moving train. No one can stop you. Adura ni wọ́n tó kọ́ lẹ́kẹ̀ọ́ ọmọ lọ. Ẹ ṣe ṣe ìnáwó ẹtí àdìrẹ́lẹ̀ ní ṣàpá mo kẹ́yìn àṣẹ mọ́ lọ. Let's remember a lot together. We can create a wonderful show of Ajere and for young girl for the betterment of tomorrow. A girl child can be a pilot, a girl child can be a doctor, a girl child can be a manager. I'm a copy, but she will know where's the name. I'm a copy, I come over no. I'm a copy, I put you on the man. I'm a copy, the really to Maka. I'm a copy, the really Maka. I'm a copy, I put Paris at the day. I'm a copy, but she will know where's the name. I do what they for whatever, they my shame.
Aisha, you start with Usman Amina Mekefi. Tell us the mark, the total score, and why you give her that mark. If there's anything that she needs to add or correct herself. Thank you.
In summary, please.
Okay.
Watemu.
Good afternoon, all. The participants already did well. Usman Amina, you did a wonderful job because you stand boldly and say what you're supposed to say, even when there's some challenges. At least you proved to us that yes, you did well. I score you yes 5%, and I give you that because for you to put more effort on putting of the confidence, standing on confidence, the way you face the audience, you talk to audience, you present yourself to the audience. That's why I score you in that point. Your point, you really did a wonderful point to us because you talk much about the lack of poverty is not the end of it's not the real cause of the lack of girl child education in our community due to our people because of some of the traditional that we believe on it and some of the gender inequality that we have that kind of points in mind that a girl child cannot do well. So you did a wonderful job. Thank you so much.
So for me, Usman Amina, you did well. You did really great. You give us I was able to catch 3 points, which you said early marriage, parents' lack of education, prioritizing the boys' children, right? The 3 points captured my attention, and I really appreciate that you point them out.
I think this is what is really going on. It's part of what is going on in Afroland. And you did well in your introduction. You know about your topic, but however, you did not elaborate more on your point. You left out a lot of time, and your persuasion, delivering your argument was minute. It means what? You did not go deep in explaining your point. It's just like you list out the point without explaining it, without convincing us that really those points are really what viable or valuable. So with that, I, as a judge, I'm supposed to give you 20 marks as a bonus, but I'm sorry, I didn't give you that mark. So your total mark here is 40. Why? Because you left out a lot of time. You finished your delivery within just 2 minutes 32 seconds. The time you left was very much. So that's reduced your marks. And then you did not explain your points. Your points were valuable, but you did not explain them deeply.
Usman Mekefi, you did wonderful. You are the first speaker. It's not easy to be the first speaker. To stand there, you make your introduction point clear. Your speech was clear. Your response, everything was clear. I was hearing everything you were saying. But my point is not far from the other judges. The topic is deep enough for you to elaborate very much on that topic. But you make your point. But what I like most is the concise and the speed and how you captured the audience attention. Everybody was focused on you, everybody was hearing what you're saying. The point was enunciated, everything was clear. You make points on the other judges have already made the same point. Then which other point that they didn't mention is they've all mentioned those points. The reason why I didn't give you any bonus mark is because you didn't utilize all your time. So I didn't give you any bonus mark, but the point you got is 57. That's what I score you, 57 points.
So my dream, we go in the sense that introduction on parayi amano pronouncing the so next time then opportunity mo pronounce introduction on Mary. Igimbalu we capture egomi mo she reference me ko operationalize meduma medication ka charu so nyanzu mo shinzu egomote aku odamua yóò ka boko poverty bisanzu adiki west mole amamo shinzu
oyirewa asajeredowo.
So gaskiya I'm captured with that point. Mo kokori àwọn kuye mo shingu go mo ba kuye mo shingu keki say that egbo mo shi moko mo teto mi so ifo communicate ka mi soke o àmọ́ point mo ṣeṣi mo àwọn shi ori ma gbagiri mo sì so yàda ìgbọ́n igi ìṣèbí so point fún mi ṣùgbọ́n mo ní gbàgbọ́ 74 because I'm so impressed.
It's not easy to be here. So that's the reason why from the beginning you develop that aphobia. That is, you develop that fear, how to face the audience. But with the points you give to us, you really did a wonderful job. But you will delay your time, and in terms of you confuse yourself already. What the point that you're supposed to give, you are already, it has maybe escaped your memory. But by the time you call there, at least you give a wonderful point that yes, it really touches me. Some of the points you say, some of the girl child, early marriage, that will lead to this life of education in our Afroland. Yes, it's something like that is happening in our land. Life of education is due to early marriage, and the economic that they cannot go forward and they fight for themselves as a girl child. You bring some points like a reference, all these people from the women our women that they are doing wonderful, not that they are men. So from my point here, I give you 58%. You really say wonderful. You started like
Few more now.
Adamu Sumaya Kena. Like the first judge said, you develop phobia, stage phobia. And I quietly understand with that. It's not easy to face the people or to face the crowd. I don't know if this is the first time you are praying on this, but then you had all the points. With the time that you took, you were able to say some points. But what I did not like was that you did not take your time to correspond these points. You understand? It's like you tried to cram everything, but then everything just went AY and everything just went down. But you capture poverty as not the cause of the lag in education, and then you capture early marriage and pregnancy. You also capture lack of access to education in Afoland. You captured poor trained teachers, and you capture lack of encouragement to girl child. And all these are viable points. The only thing is that you couldn't correspond them and put them together. It did not come together. We're having phobia. For that, for these points and the way you delivered it, at the end of the day, your score was 33. But me as a judge, I gave you a bonus of 3 marks, and at the end of the day, you scored 38 points.
You did a wonderful job. Do you know why I'm saying that? Because you didn't give up. You didn't run away out of the gate and then just go. You stood there, you fought yourself, you fought the audience, and you didn't give up. For that, I give you 3 points. Another thing that I see that you did well was that you have the highest point. Like in saying the point that we need to convince us, you have more points. You talk about poverty. You made a code from Mandela. You talk about early marriage. You talk about lack of access to education, poorly trained teachers, and you also talk about encouraging lack of encouragement to jobs. Like in my point, the other one I have 3, 4, but you only have 6 points. But the problem is that you had phobia. You know, you couldn't articulate all your points together. You didn't say the way it's supposed to be. So at the end of the day, I gave you 36 points, but as a judge, I have 20 points as bonus, so I gave you 4 points, making it 40 points. But you know what? I think you're going to come back strong, vibrant, and you're going to tell this audience that you are better than today. You are better than this, and I believe in you.
Ndekwa zamani lopoka lo mondo bi ofoma ogaje ko mo wo imo o zamani ko ma pangushi mo tai mo wo imo so ko la mo so namna bi yi wo mo enda ko so mo te enyo mo gba imo shi ka gba meji mo wo tai de mo wo e ko ma ka ko so kuye mo wo niyen ama ise mo so i wo ma o mo te mo si se lo ko wo ma mo ko ba point bolo do so ye igbani kai male kuma won si so mo won lai ma to iso mo so de tai bi ile won kan ko so no no ai pa de se bon meji ki wudu bubu mo wudu bubu de mo fe yin ka e ko kala mo so akumu tai de ni ma iyi bu ko mo mai ni sami mi shimo o ma uwo pe lo sorry uwo pe la lu pe yin akai mi ke mo ma ke bo I'm impressed
with your delivery. First of all, the way you introduce yourself, you know about the topic, you are confident in delivering the topic the way it is. Thank you. Your statements, your points were clear and coherent. You said you strongly disagree with the motion. Standing on your point, education in equality and security related to safety of girl child, emotional issues, early marriage and pregnancy, and you also brought socio-economic aspects of it, which is part of the poverty as well. So you did well in that aspect, but you were having poor consensus. I liked the way you tried to bring in Afro and English together, mixing Afro and English together, but you did not put it very, very well. You are also mixing Hausa in it. We are saying Sanang, Sanang. I know that God missing means you only were restricted.
It's because her name is Asana. That's why she's putting Sanang.
So yeah, you are supposed to just restrict yourself between Afro or English. You don't go outside Afro or English. So that is why your marks were able to I was able to reduce some of your marks. And then you had I have already said it, poor code missing. And then you have a poor consensus of the point. When you brought it, I was just waiting for it to match together. She's going, but but you tried. So I gave you scored 42, but I gave you a bonus of 10 marks, so you have a total of 52 marks.
Okay, one of the points that really captured my heart is social deviant behavior among girls. They will always say that our parents preferred boys to go to school than the girl, but if you look at it critically, there are some girls that are not ready to go to school. They have their own issues. They prefer to follow men than to go to school. They prefer to make quick catch. That's what they want. They don't really want to go to school. Even when you spend a lot of money on them, they will still not go. At that point, really captured my mind. And then the code switching. That thing, my brain was just going back, and my body I was having goose. You are on point. Everything was good. As a chief judge, I have the liberty to give more marks. So if you notice, I've been giving you a lot of marks. So you score 72. One point that I want to make is that the point that you get today, don't let it get into your head. The last competition that we did, the girl that was the dancer, she did wonderfully. During the screening and the audition, everybody believed she was going to win it. But when we came for the final screening, if you see how the second aspirant came in, she broke the record of the first one, add more record, and she won it. So your performance today, I didn't say it's not nothing, it's something, but it's not the final determinant of who is going to win. So nobody should lose hope. Another thing I want you to do is that know your craft. If you not climb anything you want to do, but know your craft. Practice it over and over and over in the mirror. I swear it will not escape. Do it more than 100 times. Repeat it again, over and over and over again. Thank you.
This year program will be wonderful more than last year program, because unlike last year the turn up were low, but this year I am optimistic that this year turn up will be 100%. So I think we are going higher.
And this platform is meant to promote the Afro girl child and to empower them, and we're also giving them money for it. That is the prize that you win, a sum of 100,000 each. This is just the beginning. As times go on, the prizes increases. As momentum gets high, the prizes increases.
Rashida Mohammed Okelebe, can you step forward?
You know there are different types of makeup. Which type of makeup do you specialize on, and why do you specialize on that type of makeup?
Natural. And why I'm specialized on natural is I love doing natural makeup because it's the easiest and it comes out neat and clean.
question, and now another question. What are your experiences? You say you have been doing makeup for the past 5 years. What are your experiences in this craft that you have? And how has it helped you? How have you helped others? What are your experiences? I think in this part.
I have so much experience. Seriously, I have experienced a lot. There are times that people will make up, and when you reach there, that was the worst experience I had ever. I went there and I was like, I met another makeup artist. I was like, what's happening here? You called me, and I'm saying you for a makeup and another person. What's the problem? What's happening? Tell me, let me understand. And they were like, this, that, explaining what I don't understand. It was not at the line.
I think we are talking about the challenges. We're talking about the experiences. Like, I've gone here, I've done this type of makeup, I've gone here, I've done this type of makeup, and yeah, thank you.
Yes, I have gone to so many places. I've done so many people's makeup. Like, I've been to Lokoja, I've been to Katsina State, let me say Kano, even Lagos, I think. I've gone to so many places, and there are many things I've seen, like, that are amazing, and I have helped many people in this world I've been doing.
Okay, Rashida, what are your challenges in the course of this makeup? Because there's a lot of challenges that you need to face. And I want you to tell me the challenges based on the financial, based on the appearance of the client, based on the distance, and so many. Please, I'm expecting that.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Like I was saying, let me say, based on the challenges, based on the transport and the look, I have once used my money to go and do a makeup for a client, and at the end of the day, they don't pay me. And up to today, they have not yet paid me, and it has already passed. So a lot of challenges like that. They might even book you, and later on, and say they don't want you to do it for them again.